Only been playing their instruments for 3 months, and most have no prior experience in music, so we're excited to share with you everything we have learned in such a short amount of time. So the start of Cadet Band, is the most important because it's the time to establish correct habits and an efficient approach to making a quality sound. I'm a believer in that if a student is able to approach the instrument the correct way, it makes playing music much more easy, much more fun, and they're more likely to continue. My goal as a teacher is to inspire in my students a love for music. Yes. Oh, okay. Fun. Little bit of news. This is the Cadet Band, Murphy Cadet Band concert. This is not the FFA meeting. So if you are looking for an FFA meeting, this is not the right place. It's in the library? Okay. Apparently we just have a ton of people here, so how about that, y'all? Okay. All right. So every section is going to do a little demonstration. Every section is going to do a demonstration of what we did to create a sound, and then we're going to play a song. We ask that you hold your applause until every section is done with their demonstration. So we're going to start with our flutes. Our flute section started out on just their head joints. So flute section, show the audience your head joint. We learned how to make the right flute face and how to blow lots of air to create our first sound on the head joint called open low. So we're going to play open low for you. 1, 2, ready, open low. Very nice. And one of the other things we did is we learned to aim the air in different directions to create different sounds. So if you blow across the flute head joint, you get what's called a closed high sound. Here's closed high, 1, 2, lots of air. Stop, so you hear that. Now they're gonna aim the air down to create a sound called closed low. Here's closed low, 2, ready, closed low. Very nice. They're going to go ahead and put their whole flutes together. So learning the direction of the air is really important to play all sorts of notes on the flute. We learn how to balance the flute. We learn the correct hand position because these elements are essential to approaching the instrument the right way. Then we use what we did on the head joint to play notes in octaves. So we're going to do octaves on G. Here we go. Octaves on G, please, flutes. 1, 2, octaves on G. Now they're going to do octaves on F. So you hear they're changing the note by changing the direction of the air. So we learned a whole bunch of different notes that way. Finally, we learned to play a whole bunch of different songs using everything we've learned. The song we're going to play is called Beethoven. Let's see if you recognize this song. All right, so moving on. We're going to move on to our clarinets. Clarinet is another instrument in the woodwind family. One of the first things that we did to make a sound on the clarinet was use our mouthpiece and barrel. Show them your mouthpiece and barrel. So we learned the correct clarinet face, which is a lot like drinking a milkshake. And we blow air across a reed to get our first sound. So they're going to play their mouthpiece and barrel for you. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, and play. Yeah. So by itself, it sounds a little funny, doesn't it? But that's how we make a sound on the clarinet. So they're going to put their whole instrument together. We talked about the correct balance points, which is your right thumb and your top teeth. We learned about the correct hand position. We learned to play our first note, which is G. We're going to play G for you. 1, 2, ready, here's G. Very good. And then we learned what's called a walk down. So you're going to see them add their fingers one at a time to change notes on the clarinet. So here's a walk down from G all the way to low G. Here we go, walking down. 1, 2, ready, and go. Very nice. So we learned a whole bunch of different notes to learn a whole bunch of different songs. The song we're going to play is called London Bridge. It's actually a duet line, but we're going to play it all in unison. So here is London Bridge by the clarinet section. So next, we're going to hear from our brass family. This includes our trumpets and trombones. We started out on our mouthpiece, so trumpets, trombones, show the audience your mouthpiece. The first step to creating a great sound is to blow a lot of air through the mouthpiece. So let's do that. Lots of air. Trumpets, trombones. 1, 2, lots of air. Blow. So there you go. And the way you make a sound on a brass is you let the lips lightly touch. It's going to create a vibration. So we're going to do something called air to vibration. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, and go. Probably brings back some good memories, doesn't it? Sure it does. All right. So we're going to put the mouthpiece on our instrument. We learned the correct instrument position, hand position. Playing a brass is all about using quality air. We're going to play our first note, which is a concert F. So here we go, all brass, play a concert F, please. Concert F. 1, 2, ready, and go. Stop. And then we're going to do what's called a lip slur. So the cool thing about brass is you can change notes without actually changing any fingerings or changing slide positions. So you just manipulate it by airspeed and what's called embouchure. So here we go, we're going to do lip slur 1. You're going to see they're changing notes without moving anything. Lip slur 1, 1, 2, ready, and go. Now they're going to change to a different fingering. And then another one. And the last one. Very good. So we use this technique to learn all sorts of new notes. We're going to hear from some of our sections. So the trumpet section is going to be playing a song out of their book called A Mozart Melody. Let's see if you know what the real tune is. All right, and lastly, we're going to hear from our trombones. The trombone section is going to play a song called Fell in a Well. Yeah, I know, a weird tune, but don't worry, we'll make it. Here we go, Fell in a Well. Learning to play an instrument takes patience and practice, and we stress having a growth mindset because, you know, if you're a parent, you know they don't sound great immediately, right? It takes time, it takes effort, right? And so this is only after 3 months. So I'm really pleased with the amount of effort our students have put in, and I look forward to see where they can go. Okay, making music is a process, it's not an event, and we're off to a very good start. So we're going to play some songs as a full band for you. This first song is called Rolling Along, also known as Mary Had a Little Lamb. The next song we're going to play is line 17 out of our book called Hot Cross Buns. So the next song in our book is called March Steps. So we learned about notes that are close to each other called steps. But these notes in March Steps, they actually skip around. Okay, so this is line 23, March Steps. So as you can hear, a lot of the songs in our book are short little 8-measure melodies, and that's usually what we start with. This next song is a longer song. It's called Lightly Row. And of course, it being a holiday concert, we're going to conclude with one that's a favorite of a lot of people. This is Jingle Bells. We're going to use this time for some pictures, so I'm going to get out of the way, but if you're in the first row, stand up. So the Nutcracker is a famous ballet. You hear it all the time around the holidays. So this arrangement features 4 different songs. It features the overture, Dance of the Flute, Waltz of the Flowers, and a Russian dance that's very energetic. This is Nutcracker Suite Petite. piece on the program. How many of you have seen Charlie Brown Christmas? Oh, good. It's not just me. So, this is one of my favorite songs called Christmas Time is Here. I watched it as a kid growing up. It's a very jazzy feel to it. Each section gets to play a little bit of the melody. Here's Christmas Time is Here. So our next tune for you is a mixture of various holiday tunes called A Festive Finale by Brian Volmages. You'll hear Deck the Halls, Hark the Herald Angels Sing, Angels We Have Heard on High, and they're passed amongst all the different sections. So this is A Festive Finale. We had a fantastic first semester. We grew a lot in such a short amount of time. So next semester we'll be preparing for a contest. The CME Concert Band Contest is going to be held here at Sobrato. And that is going to be our goals for the next semester. So there's going to be a little intermission to transition to the advanced band. We hope you stay and hear them. And thank you so much.
She gave me a dirty ass look. No, I scooted He doesn't know you guys are here. Yeah, I know. Oh my god. Oh, come on. So cute, so
All right, so thank you so much for your patience, and we're going to conclude our evening tonight with the advanced band. So the intermediate band is kind of our junior varsity group, and the advanced band is our varsity group. So these students have been playing for a year or more, and we're excited to present our concert for you. The first song we're going to do is called Hanukkah, the Festival of Lights Overture. It's a medley of 3 different Hanukkah songs: the Dreidel song, Rock of Ages, and Hanukkah, Hanukkah. Here's Hanukkah, the Festival of Lights. we're going to hear tonight is called, it's not a song that's really as well known. That's what I try to do, especially around the holidays. It's called Bring a Torch, Jeanette Isabella. It's from the 16th century, and it gave the band an opportunity to learn how to play in what's called 6/8 time. So while we're used to dividing the beat into just twos, like 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and, you're gonna hear we're actually dividing into 3. So we're thinking 1 lolly, 2 lolly, 1 lolly, 2 lolly. It's a very different, unique feel. So this is Bring a Torch, Jeanette Isabella. Before we play our final number of the evening, I want to say some thank yous to people that really support our band program. I'd like to thank our principal, Mr. Ito. Mr. Ito here. Thank you, Mr. Ito. I'd also like to thank Mrs. Barrera, our assistant principal. Okay. I'd also like to thank Chris Andre, everybody. Chris Andre. Taking pictures for us tonight. I'd like to thank Andrew Jimenez, our custodian. I'd like to thank SMMA, our boosters, for the wonderful work they do in supporting our students. I'd also like to thank Mr. Chambers. Where's Mr. Chambers? I'd like to say thank you to the parents. Band is, music is just such an important part, and you being there to encourage your child and support them, that is what makes this happen. I go up and I wave my hands around and I do my thing, but thank you so much genuinely to you and to these students as well. Give them a round of applause. So the last song that we're going to do is called Christmas Rondo. I had kids ask me, well, what's a rondo? Why is it called Christmas Rondo? So it is a form in music. This is the music theory lesson you didn't want, but we're going to get anyway. So in music theory, it's A-B-A-C-A. The A theme is Jolly Old St. Nicholas. which you'll hear us play in the beginning. The B theme is Deck the Halls, which we played shortly after. The A theme returns, Jolly Old St. Nicholas, was kind of like a variation of the flute and alto sax. The C theme is Up on the Housetop, which is introduced by our flute section. And then we all play the A theme as a conclusion. There's also randomly jingle bells at the end. I don't know why that happens, but why not, you know? So here we go. This is Christmas Rondo. So our next concert is also, just like the intermediate band, the CMEA Concert Band Contest held here at Sobrato. So we're going to be preparing, both bands are going to be preparing 3 pieces of music to be assessed by a judge. And we're going to be sight reading a piece that I have to teach to them in 5 minutes without them playing a note. So wish us luck. Thank you again for coming out this evening. Have a great holiday, and we'll see you in the new year. Thank you so much.